Hello YouTube. As most of you know, I collect horror and sci-fi movies. A couple of years ago, a lot of the video stores decided they wanted to get rid of a lot of the VHS tapes that they had. And when I found out that they wanted to get rid of these tapes, I delighted because whenever I got off work, I knew that I could go to my local video store and buy some of the movies that I've been wanting to get for years for dirt cheap. When I mean dirt cheap, I could buy some of the hard to find movies, not just the latest movies or movies that are kind of old that people don't want. I'm talking about a lot of the hard to get movies. I was able to go to the video store and get them for like $3 or $4, and sometimes I could get them even cheaper than that. So basically, I would go into a video store and get whole sections of movies, whole sections of horror and sci-fi movies. Ended up not being on the shelf at your local video store. They ended up being on the shelf of my home. And I can honestly say that I own, I would say 90% of every video and DVD that I've ever wanted. And I am not exaggerating. Those of you who know me and had the pleasure of seeing my library here know that I am not over exaggerating. Now, the reason why I bring this up is one of the things I want to do here on YouTube is talk about some of these movies. If you go to murderravensong.com and if you click on the movies section, you will see some of the movies that I like. Most of them tend to be horror and sci-fi movies. Some of them are not necessarily horror or sci-fi movies. Some of them are even film noir movies. Some of them are just movies that are um, hard to get. They might be cult classics, but each one of these movies has a message behind them. So I figured, since I have this on my website, why not devote part of my YouTube channel to doing this? And the reason why I want to do this is because I feel that a lot of these movies, they do have a message to them. And that message should go out, and people, when they watch these movies, the message shouldn't just go over their head. People really should understand what they're watching. Now, one of the things I do want to do here on YouTube is I want to present movies that are hard to find, or movies that are buried within your local video store. To me, it wouldn't, it would be pointless for me to talk about a movie like The Matrix. I love the movie The Matrix, especially the first one, but to me, it's like, what is the point of me talking about a movie that everyone knows about and everyone has, talked about on some level? To me, that would be pointless. What would be more interesting is to talk about a movie that maybe um, some of you guys haven't seen, or maybe some of the movies that I'm talking about are movies that you've actually seen at your local video store, but never had a reason to check them out. So that's what I want to do. Some of the movies you are going to find at the video store. They're not going to be necessarily popular movies, but some of them you will find at the video store. Some of them you won't. Sometimes you might even have to go out and special order some of these videos. And then some of them, you might not ever get an opportunity to see them until years later. And I'm doing this on purpose because um, I want people to sort of stretch their stretch their mind a little bit and really ask themselves, what are these movies saying? And one of the things I want to do is if you feel that you have a movie out there that you find interesting, hey, send me a link, and next time I'm at my video store, I might check it out. Now, as I said before, the movies that I want to talk about here are not, there won't be any talks about, say, any of the Friday the 13th movies. Granted, those are great movies. I am a fan of slasher movies, but I don't necessarily see a deep philosophical message there, you know. I will talk about a movie like this movie here. I won't talk about it on this video because I'm starting to run out of time. But this movie is called Rawhead Rex. If you can sort of, if I can get the glare out of here, you can see it. This is a movie that it's based on a book that Clive Barker wrote, and the series of books that I'm referring to are the Books of Blood that he came out with, I would say, about 15 or 20 years ago. And each one of those stories I found very fascinating, and a lot of them had, some really deep philosophical messages to them. And some of them have been made into movies. I know Rawhead Rex was made into a movie, and I know that Midnight, I believe it was called Midnight Meat Train, was made into a movie recently, and if I'm not mistaken, it was premiered on HBO. Great, blood and guts type movie, but and the thing is, I do like movies like that, to watch just for fun. But the movies that I really am going to be focusing in on this video series I plan on doing are the ones with the deep messages. Another movie that I will be talking about in some of my videos is a movie called Demon Seed. This is an excellent movie, and it's basically about a computer that wants immortality, that doesn't want to die, and wants to be human. So it's very interesting. So I will be talking about that movie in the future. Another movie is The Fury. I'll be talking about that. It's another excellent movie. Let's see, more movies that we can talk about. And I will also throw in a little film noir, or a little bit of my gangster collection. Yes, I love those old 1950, 1940 gangster movies that came out during that time. So here's one. It's called Lady Killer by James Cagney. I love James Cagney. Excellent actor. He's my hero. So anyway, I'm looking forward to talking about these movies here on YouTube, and it probably would take me a couple of days or a couple of weeks to actually put a lot of this stuff together. But hey, I will have a movie selection here on YouTube where I will talk about some of the movies that I like and share some of the ideas behind those movies with you. So keep an eye on this channel, and you will definitely not be disappointed for what you will find here. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Peace.